Welcome back to Down the Track, and the Chennai Super Kings have reached the IPL finals in 2021. MS Dhoni finishes it off in style. We've heard that before. Yeah, it was vintage Dhoni there at the end. I didn't expect that, to be very honest with you. I was thinking that Jadeja should have come in, but the Dhoni knows. He's been doing this for so many years. He probably felt confident. He took the call, and also the left hand, right hand. That probably persuaded him to come in and bat. And yeah, it was a fantastic chase. He finished it off easily in the end. Struck the boundaries. Did not waste any time. It was the old Dhoni, where normally he needs time and like take the single double. He didn't do all that. He was swinging from ball one, even if he was missing, and that's what I like to see. That aggression. I've been critical of his batting, over the last couple of years, but today I saw the intent. So even if he got out, it would have been okay because he was showing intent. He was swinging at it, and when he connected, it was out of the stadium. And what an unbelievable chase! Credit also has to go to the Robin Uthappa and Gaikwad. I think they set up the chase beautifully. Gaikwad 70 or 50 balls, 5 4s, 2 6s. Such a small guy, but power packed. His timing is wonderful. He can clear the boundary just with his timing, rotates the strike very well as well. And it's difficult to get him out. He doesn't play that many false strokes. He finds the gap. And yeah, unbelievable innings from him. And Robin Uthappa, this man has been there, done that as well. And this is where experience counts. Again, I also thought that he might not be the right man, but he's shown he's won IPLs with KKR, has won 2 titles. He's been in this situation before, and he's shown it today that experience does count. He backed himself, and credit to the CSK camp for backing him as well, batting with one down. And experience does count in this situation. Again, he was aggressive. Intent was good. Strike rate of 143, 63 of 44 balls. Found the boundary at will, and he went from the start. He put the pressure on Delhi. There was an early wicket. Faf du Plessis getting out for one. Noki was bowling at like 145, 146 clicks. The first ball he covers, rise him for four. Robin Uthappa, and from there you just knew that he was a man in form, and he wouldn't let the slip. It was a fantastic knock from Uthappa, and he set it up wonderfully. And Moin Ali and Dhoni in particular, 18 of 6 balls, 3 4s, 1 6, vintage Dhoni, like I said, rolling back the years. Wonderful innings. From Delhi's point of view, I was very surprised that Rabada didn't get either the last over or the penultimate over. Even if he didn't get the last over, the second last over, I think he should have got it. Tom Curran, yes, okay, fine. Uh, he had a good spell earlier on, bowled 3 overs, so punt went with him. But if he's looking at the current day's performance, then Avish Khan was not looking in form. Even in the last game, he got hit for a last ball six. So maybe he should have gone Rabada and Curran, or Curran Rabada, vice versa. I think that should have been the key. And I think that would have really helped them because Tom Curran's last over was very poor. So was Avesh Khan. I think that's where the pressure was taken off. When you have 13 of the last over, you back yourself as the chasing team. Too many boundaries I felt he gave in that over. And then, yeah, Tom Curran had his work cut out, but also he did bowl poorly. He just could not find that block hole. When he bowled the slower ball, it was too short. When he bowled a quicker, it was too full. He wasn't getting that Yorker length, and Dhoni picked him. He picked every single delivery that he bowled. One lucky inside edge four, but apart from that, Dhoni picked him and deposited him into the stands. It was a fantastic effort from Chennai. Also, I think with the batting order, Delhi they messed up a bit in the sense that okay, fine, I understand they don't have a finisher, but that exposes, it gives Dhoni and the opposition the chance to attack. They know that okay, fine, they don't have a finisher, so they made this kind of decision, sending Akshar Patel up. It gives the opposition team some confidence, and he played 11 deliveries. I felt that Shardul Thakur move also was completely wrong. You have Moin Ali, you have Ambati Raidu, you have Dhoni himself, you have Jadeja. You have so many batsmen. Why do you need to send Thakur? They're lucky that he only faced one delivery, but it put some extra pressure there. I think Chennai could have finished the game earlier if they sent in a proper batsman, Moin Ali, or even a Jadeja. If he went there, he could have finished the game earlier. So I think that call was wrong as well. But yeah, for CSK, they didn't get punished, but Delhi did get punished. Even that, you can't be too critical with the move because Rishabh Pant and Hetmai did finish off the innings, but it slows down that process, right? They probably missed those 10, 15 runs in the middle overs where Akshar Patel batted and faced those 11, 12 deliveries. Yeah, but I felt overall it was a really good game. I wouldn't say high quality, but a close game in the end. And I think Delhi, they would be very disappointed. They have a solid team, and they would have backed their bowlers to defend this total. They've priding themselves on defending totals, making it difficult for opposition to chase. And today they just couldn't, they just could not restrict Dhoni and his boys. Ashwin, 2 overs, 19 runs, looking out of sorts. Oh, Panta, what's up, buddy? Should Rabada have bowled the last over since he has already saved 13 runs against Dhoni in an international game when he was in his peak? I think Rabada should have bowled the second last over. Uh, or the last over. It didn't matter either one, but I think second last over is the most important when the chase is like this, when you need 24 of 12. If that second last becomes very important, because if he just gives 5-6 runs, then 17 runs to defend in the last over becomes easier, whoever the bowler is, whether it's Avesh Khan or whether it's Tom Curran. If you have plus 17 runs, it's harder to think. So I think Rabada should have bowled the second last over, restricted the thing. Even he could have got the wicket of Dhoni or what's his name, Moeen Ali, and taken from there. You definitely should have bowled. He could have bowled the last over also, but I think second last over, he should have bowled that. Avesh Khan already is not in, doesn't have the confidence. In the last game, he got hit for last ball six. Again today, he bowled poorly, so he should have really bowled that penultimate over. I think that's the most important over when you have a close chase like this. When it's 27 of 12, 28 of 12, the second last over becomes very, very crucial. It puts pressure on the opposition. If you restrict, like if you give only 4 or 5 runs, then you have like 18 plus to chase. And I think that's where Rishabh Pant got it wrong. Already at the toss, he said he was nervous, and it looked like he was nervous. And he'll learn from this. It's a learning curve for Rishabh Pant, even with the batting order messed up. I think Dhoni also messed up with the batting order, but like it paid off. He came in, smashed it. Him coming in, I didn't have a problem with him coming in because right hand, left hand, right? It's fine. If it works, it works. Although Jadeja, is in such good form. I think I would have sent Jadeja, but it wasn't that big of an issue. But Shardul Thakur going in, that did not make any sense to me. It paid off in the end, but he should not do that in the finals. It's very risky. But yeah, now it's. I honestly thought that Delhi would win this game and be in the finals, but Chennai are in the finals, so you might not have a new winner this season. They'll come up with, I don't know who, RCB, KKR, or Delhi. But Delhi have the work cut out because they do have a solid team, but their weakness is that middle order. Because today it was exposed again. Like I said, Pant and Hetmyer demoting themselves a bit, and those middle overs they just could not capitalize. Shreyas Iyer has not been. He's been on and off. And at the top, even when Prithvi Shaw gave them a start, he batted wonderfully, I think. But after he gave them the platform, the middle order could not capitalize. They have an issue over there. They're missing Marcus Stoinis. And they don't have a replacement. Even in the Indian batsmen, Ripple Patel, these guys haven't really contributed. So it's an issue for Delhi, and it's being exposed right now at the wrong time. We saw in the last game as well, it was an issue, and again now in the playoffs. But yeah, with CSK, that's the thing. I never thought in this chase that they would lose just because of their batting. So even when once they got that start, even 12 or over, 13 over, it doesn't matter because they have that batting, that stacked batting, and that's where they get the confidence from. Robin Uthappa, big surprise in today's game, but that's what happens, right? When you pick experience, he's been there, done that for KKR twice. He knows what to do. It was surprising for me as well the way he played, but I think his approach was key. Same thing with Dhoni. If you get out, you get out. But aggressive from ball one, the way he hit Nokia on the first ball, cover drive for four, it set the tone. Even if he got out after that, like if he made just 10, 12 runs, but in 3, 4 deliveries, it would have helped CSK. Like it's the intent, and I think these guys know Dhoni, Uthappa. They know the situation. They take it a bit. I wouldn't say they take it easy in the group stages, but when it's crunch situation, they're one step ahead of the race, right? You could see Delhi were nervous. You could see the nerves over there, and they took advantage of that. They kept their calm, but they changed their approach. They were aggressive. They were looking to score, and I think Uthappa was sent with the message that you need to hit out or get out. And they have CSK have that luxury, right? They have that luxury. They have batsmen. If Shardul Thakur comes at 4, but you still have 6 batsmen there, like they have a lot of batting, so there's no stress from that side of things. And Uthappa made it count. I think he plays spinners well as well. We saw him severe on Ashwin. Fast ball. I was surprised the way he played Nokia. It was wonderful. But once you have that aggressive mindset, it really helps. And he's been there, done that, like I said. So wonderful performance from Robin Uthappa. And just to let our viewers know, that wasn't blood. I think he painted his hair red, so that was dripping a bit. People were a bit worried about him bleeding. He wasn't bleeding. That was just his hair color. Yeah, I think for me, the player of the game, I'm gonna even though Gaikwad was outstanding, I'm gonna give it to Uttapa because I didn't expect that, and it set the tone. It gave Gaikwad the confidence as well. He picked up his strike rate after, but it was Uttapa who changed the momentum of the game after an early wicket. He set up the game beautifully for Chennai, and they had the finishers to come finish it off. Even if you look at the bowling side of things, I think Jadeja, Moin Ali, and Hazelwood were all brilliant. Hazelwood, the way he's adapted to the T20 format, fantastic, man. He's not just a line and length bowler. He's mixing it up as well now, and it shows that even if you're a test match bowler, you can adapt if you put in the hard yards. It's not easy, but he did get punished before in the last few seasons. Even for Australia, he hasn't been that effective. But this has been a learning curve, and I think for him, a big advantage is playing under Dhoni. He's learned that Dhoni, gives you the right advice, and he knows what to do, especially with fast bowlers. He guides them well from behind the stumps, where to pitch in the right areas and stuff. And I think Hazelwood has that willingness to learn, and he's developed himself. I think in the World Cup he'll be a good bowler as well. It's a different Hazelwood now. It's not that line and length and everything. It's a different bowler, and it's very effective in T20s. And I think he's really, really, improved under Dhoni's captaincy, definitely. But yeah, I think, Punter, if you have any questions, let me know. But pretty much wraps it up. Chennai finals again. I particularly don't want them to win. It's been, them and Mumbai have been dominating the IPL. But yeah, credit to the way they played. I think also from last season, the way they've changed their team, the slight changes, but they still back experienced players. Nokia's ball to Faf, Hazelwood to Dhawan, yeah, fantastic bowling, man. That's what I'm saying. After Nokia bowled that delivery to Faf, and then Uttapa comes next ball, bang, over cover, through covers. That was just for me the game changer, changing moment. It's like, okay, this guy's here to play. But yeah, also Nokia, I think he bowled well with the new ball, but missed his length in the with the older ball, and also the field setting. I think he should have kept a long off. We saw a couple of boundaries go over mid off there. If he's going to bowl full, which is his strength, bowl those Yorkers, then you need to put a long on, long off, no matter who the opposition is or whatever it is. So I think they got their field placement slightly wrong. Also, for a couple of the bowlers, even for Rabada, it was a heavily packed leg side field. They should have balanced that out a bit more. And taking it from there. I know you want to target the long boundary, but sometimes you have to bowl to your strengths as a bowler and back yourself that you're not going to get cleared, even if it's a shorter boundary. Somebody like a Nokia Rabada, yes, they do attack the stumps, but they can bowl in that off stump channel, so you should let them bowl freely. That's a bit critical from my side, but there's something that they can work on definitely. And I felt Tom Curran was the pick of the lot in terms of the bowling, man. 29 runs, 3 wickets. It's just that last over he bowled terribly. So, yes, you can say in hindsight it was a bad call, whatever, like that. But he did bowl well. For me, the more critical thing was the Avesh Khan thing. I think Rabada should have bowled there. When you have someone like a Kagiso Rabada, use him. He's like one of the best bowlers in the world, and he's smart. I didn't understand that at all. Chennai, Dhoni would have been really happy when he saw Rabada wasn't bowling that second last or last over, and that's probably where Delhi lost the game. But yeah, you can pick out any moment, to be honest. Even with the bat, uh, that Akshar Patel going in, that was also kind of a conflict. But yeah, tomorrow's game is going to be exciting. What changes should DC make for the next game? Should get Mishra over Ashwin. The problem is Mishra isn't bowled, right? Like, you can get him, but I don't know what form he's in. He's rusty. Ashwin has been playing, so ideally he learns from his mistakes and bowls. Gets his plans right. And yeah, and also, he bowls. Maybe use Ashwin differently. Bowl him in the power play. If they're playing the likes of KKR, then they have Venkatesh Iyer. Even if they play RCB, there's Padikkal. Attack the left-hander with Ashwin. Bowl a couple overs in the power play, and that's it. Like, if you need him in the middle overs, he has that experience. The main thing is that he's been bowling, so that's why I would back Ashwin. Mishra, I don't think he's bowled. In this tournament, bowled a few overs here and there. To suddenly get him, I don't know if that will work. Yeah, it could, but it's a gamble. I don't know if it's a gamble they're willing to take. A bigger issue is their middle order, man. I don't know how they're going to fix that, because you're sending Akshar Patel, a two down. You've tried Ripple, you've tried so many players. That's the issue. Maybe get in Steve Smith, man. I don't know. Maybe just get in Steve Smith. Tom Curran's bowled well, so I don't know if they're going to make that move. But yeah, I think they'll have to do something. They'll have to do something with that middle order. That's the key for them. That's going to be the issue. Or they just hope that the top order goes crazy. Iyer comes into form. Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw put in the effort, because that's their strength. If they can play to their strengths and these guys perform, it puts pressure on the top order. But if they do have their day, then that the same thing happened last season. They lost to Mumbai in the qualifier. The top order didn't perform, middle order sunk, and then against Sunrisers, the top order performed. That one scored like 80, 90 plus, and they reached the finals. Again, then in the finals, the top order didn't perform, middle order struggled. And you see, even the resemblance in this game and the finals against Mumbai was that when they lost early wickets, or today not too early, but against Mumbai they lost a lot of early wickets. The middle order, when Pant and Iyer were batting in that finals, and even now, it takes some time. They can't suddenly counterattack. Like what Uttapa did, and that because they have that fear that there's no one behind them. Whereas Chennai don't have that fear. You can come swinging. Thakur came, got whatever, wasted one ball, it's done. These guys, they know that they don't have that backing, so that's the biggest issue they have. I feel they don't have a finisher there. There's a middle order gap basically, and that's the gap they have to fill. To be honest, that's what I feel for Delhi. With CSK, they have a couple days chilling now. Not a couple days, few days. I think Friday is the final, so they're going to be chilling. Looking, I don't know if they're going to watch the other games, but they'll chill, have some rest, and deserved rest. And also, I think it will help them. They'll be fresh now for that finals, and whoever it is, it'll be key. One thing I would say though, Delhi, the issue they're going to face is that the eliminator tomorrow is in Sharjah. It's between KK and RCB. The winner plays Delhi in Sharjah again, and now these guys have to adapt straight away to the Sharjah conditions. They do have the bowlers to adapt. I think Ashwin will be more effective there. Akshar Patel will be effective as well. But the batsmen have to adapt again. I know they played there already this season, but the batsmen have to come. They have to get used to the pitch after playing in Dubai. Better batting surface where 170, 180 is par. In Sharjah, it's 130, 140. And that's something that they will really have to adapt to. And that's a big challenge for Delhi now. That's why ideally they would have wanted to win this game. Any team would want to, but I think Chennai playing in Sharjah, they'll always be a threat. For Delhi, it'll be more difficult for their batsmen. That's what I feel for sure. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. It's going to be a cracker. KKR versus RCB, Morgan versus Kohli. Let's see how that goes. Do you think it'll be a low-scoring game? If the pitch is this, if it's not a fresh new pitch, it's going to be a low-scoring game. Oh, I think 130, 140, depending on how the pitch looks like. But like so far, whatever I've seen from Sharjah, it's been low scoring. KKR scored 160, 170 recently, but then Rajasthan were bundled out. So you have to bat a bit smart. If you can, it's tricky. Like, sometimes being aggressive at the top helps. Sometimes, keeping your wickets at the end helps. It depends on Sharjah. I'm not sure how these batsmen are going to go about it, but I think one batsman who will be key is for RCB will be Maxwell, not because of course he's in form, but also him and AB de Villiers, they bat well on these kind of pitches where it's a bit more difficult because they have the shots. So they can play 360, they can play the reverse, they can play the cover, so they can play according to wherever the ball is, and they adjust to the pitch very quickly. Their eye adjusts very quickly compared to the other batsmen. Even Virat Kohli has to adjust, Rohit Sharma has to adjust, but the likes of Maxwell and AB, they quickly read, they gauge the pitch very quickly and they adapt. Then KK has upper hand because of their spinners, but RCB also have some smart spinners as well, right? Chahal has been in outstanding form. Shahbaz has bowled pretty well as well. Maxwell can turn his arm over. He's been effective. So they have spinners as well. KK spinners are more informed. They've been picking up wickets. But yes, KK does have a slight advantage. They're going to play those three spinners. It's not going to be easy. But then they're up against Maxwell and AB. That's going to be the challenge for me, right? Like these bowlers, they've been bowling outstandingly. But if Maxwell has his day or AB has his day, how do they counter that? And it's a small ground, so miss hits can go for 6. Even if they miss hit a shot, it can go for 6. So that's where they have to be careful. But yes, overall, if you ask me, KKR's bowling is much better. For me, KKR have you to go into the final from this situation. But on the day, what challenges come at you, and over here there is going to be a challenge from RCB. And RCB have their own bowlers. They have Harshal Patel, who can become a spinner suddenly. He can bowl fast. He'll pick up wickets. So they will have their challenges, and that KKR middle order will be tested again. Will Saqib, Morgan, DK, will they strike for him in this situation? RCB don't have that problem. I think from 1 to 5, 1 to 6, all their batsmen are in form, or some sort of form, right? Virat Kohli, Padikkal, Bharat, Maxwell. Just AB has been an issue, but I think he's too good of a player not to miss out again. But yeah, I think that's the thing. That middle order of RCB against KKR spinners, that will be the key, because KKR have some weaknesses in that batting, although their bowling is really strong. RCB have some weakness in the bowling, but their batting is strong. Russell or Saqib, if he's fit, it's a tough one, but if it's in Sharjah, then probably Shakib Al Hasan. Andre Russell is a big game player. It's going to be difficult to drop him. But again, how fit is he, right? His hamstring injury is bad. He's also going to be looking at the World Cup, and I don't think he'll want to risk it. Personally, individually, if I was him, I wouldn't want to risk it. And they already have someone like Shakib, and in these conditions, Shakib will always help. Yes, if it's against CSK in Dubai or something like that, then Russell would always help, but I wouldn't risk him when you already have a replacement right now, and someone he's not like for like in terms of spin and fast, but he's like for like in terms of all rounder. And right now, you need an extra spinner in these conditions, so why not? The RCB are bowling Maxwell, people are bowling part timers, so why not? If Shakib can bowl the 4 overs, he's a proper bowler as well. So I would go with Shakib Ul Hasan as the all rounder, and he's played the last few games. He's fit. He's in rhythm, so why not? Why fix something while it's not broke? I know Russell's a big player, but you just have to go with it. You can't take a chance if he's not fully fit. You can't take a chance. Otherwise, they would have played him in the group stage game. And in the last group stage game, they would have played him to prepare him for the playoffs. I don't think they'll suddenly get him in there. I might be wrong. Morgan and McCullum like to take risks, but if I was in the management, I probably wouldn't have done that. When you already have someone who's in form, is in rhythm, let him play. Don't take that risk of somebody who's slightly injured. You could have done Russell for Morgan, but Morgan is the captain, and I think he's captain really well. He's been outstanding as captain. So for me, he'll have to stay, and then they can make. If they lose, you can blame Morgan or whatever, but you can make the changes next season. Right now, just go with that system and see how it goes, because it's helped you, right? They've went from 7th to 4th place in the span of 4 or 5 games, 6 games in the Dubai leg. So I think they should continue with that. Yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining me, Punter, and everybody else. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. Tomorrow is going to be another fun game in the IPL. Hopefully, it's a close encounter, and hopefully, we see a fresh new pitch in Sharjah and see 2:30 on the board. But only time will tell. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.